Hey y'all, this is Regina back with Reggie's VSG Closet, and today y'all, we are doing the most basic. If you can think of your like favorite beauty influencer makeup girly that does like a basic makeup tutorial, think of this as like even less than that. So we're gonna pop into getting this tutorial set up and done. I just wanted to show y'all some of my little containers that I keep my makeup in because y'all, again, basic, probably more basic than basic, okay? I don't even use foundation, so we'll even say that. If you're a beginner, I highly recommend don't use foundation. Just start slow, and because I started out using foundation and it was a mess, okay? It was a mess, and if you can't find like a setting spray that works well for you, hot summer days, it could just be a hot mess, y'all. Y'all already know I'm a Disney girly, and we've tried wearing full face makeup in the parks. It was a no-go, so I just started using just some basic products. The goal is to look less unalived, yeah, right? And also, excuse the nails, because the next video up is actually going to be a nail tutorial, and I'm going to give y'all a sneak peek of the nails that we're going to use. Y'all, I am obsessed. Hopefully they are focusing. There we go. We're getting a little focus in. Nail reformation, y'all, obsessed. Hopefully those are coming across. They look like they're not in focus, unfortunately. But if y'all could see these, if they're coming across, yay, camera's doing its job. But so excited, so stay tuned for that video coming up next, whenever I post it after this one. But let's just dive in. All right, so I like cutesy things every once in a while. So this little Care Bear, and I never can find the Care Bear that's like the St. Pat's one, the little lucky one. So I found this on clearance at Walmart. It contains my brushes. It's so cute, y'all. So this is just one little pouch you'll probably see me with if you've ever been around me doing my makeup. And this is my second one. It is a little pencil box. And I was like, I don't have a lot of makeup and this is cute. So we got a little pencil box that contains everything. Pretty much everything. There's like 3 things that can't fit in here that will fit in here, so it works out, but all of my makeup. Some of the makeup girlies would probably just be in shock because this is it, y'all. Alright, so I'm gonna bring y'all in a little closer, have y'all all up in my business. Don't look too close, okay? It's a hot mess. But we always start out with, this is going to be my first product that I put on my face anytime I do anything, whether I've washed my face and gone to bed, when I wake up in the morning after I wash my face, and then also right before I put on makeup. This is my go-to. It's pretty much the Holy Hydration from e.l.f. I live by this. Since I've started using this is probably like my 4th vial of this stuff. It is the dupe for the Neutrogena one. This one, way less expensive. And as y'all, I don't even know, y'all can't see it probably, but I gotta tip it to the side, squeeze it a few times to make sure I get some product out of there. So here we go. We got some product. So we always go forehead, cheek, and I make a smiley face. It's so cute. We rub that in and we make sure we definitely get it under my eyes because that is where the main makeup goes on my face. I used to like feel some type of way about like the dark sides of my face, but I've learned as I've grown up, we're almost 40 here, that's a natural contour, y'all. And I could never figure out contour, so God gave me natural contour, so we're gonna use it. And a lot of people always think I have a full face of makeup on when I'm just wearing concealer. And I'm like, girl, that's a natural contour. It's just always been dark there. A little hyperpigmentation never hurt anybody. Alright, so the one and only product, we have it here. It is my e.l.f. concealer. Now, when I was feeling fancy, I used to buy the concealer from Rihanna, whatever that brand is. Ooh, I can't remember. But we financially challenged around here, so we are using the e.l.f. concealer, and we're doing this in Rich Chocolate. Now, by mistake, I also bought Deep Chestnut, which is slightly lighter. It's a little bit lighter. So I think I'm gonna try to use both. I'm gonna be fancy for the video, but I think I'm gonna try to use both. We're gonna see how this works, y'all. Alright, so a tip that I learned from the GOAT, Jackie, Ina, or Ashamoa, excuse me, is to always spray your brush down with a little setting spray. So, you know, if I do anything from the GOAT, because she, I can't follow her. Like, y'all, I don't know how she turns her face into what she, it scares me sometimes when I see her put on her makeup and then it just magically looks beautiful. I just don't know how she does it. But this little technique I absolutely love, so we do it. It depends on how I feel. If it's like Sunday getting ready for church, I do the whole swipe method where I basically, and again, I'm telling y'all, this is basic, so I'm not even using actual beauty terms here, but I do like a full swipe. But if I'm like getting ready for like work and I don't really care about the people, I do 3 dots under my eye. You know, less product. I'm not wasting my product for that job, you know? So when I do go in, I am just like patting until the product doesn't look crazy. Like, that's just my method. I actually go over my eyelid as well, and I just get in there and I make sure that my dark, unalive looking under eyes no longer exist. Now, for me, when I first started doing this, this felt crazy to me, but once it gets all like blended and just nice, makeup is magic. I don't know what kind of magic or sorcery it is, but it's magic and I'm here for it. And the basic version that I do, I love it. Now again, I call this my mask because it literally looks like I have a superhero mask on. But another thing that we did learn from Miss Jackie is we spray in between each layer. And we let it cook, okay? Now, a product that I always have in my makeup kit is going to be a little eyeshadow. Do I use it? No. Sometimes I do. We're not using it. I'm just not an eyeshadow girly. So it is what it is. But that's another thing with makeup is don't feel like you have to do something just because the makeup girlies are doing it. Especially when you're a beginner. I mean, try it. Yes, if you like it, great. Become a pro at it if you want. You know, dab a little on if you don't. I just feel like I used to be so intimidated by makeup because I felt like it needed to be done the exact way the girlies on YouTube were doing it. And I couldn't even figure out like what I wanted to do and what I didn't want to do. So I didn't do anything at all until I woke up when I was like, I don't know, 35, 36. And I was like, girl, you got to do something about the under eyes. It's not it, okay? So yeah, this is what I've developed. This is what I've developed. Okay, so again, we said we were gonna try something new. So we're taking this lighter color, deep chestnut that I don't normally get. I bought by mistake. And we're gonna try to like just a little, this is gonna be the dot, okay? We're just gonna do a little bit just to see if we can get the under eye even a little brighter. It might be a hot mess. This is what we got makeup wipes for. Okay. And I buy the Walmart ones for a reason because, you know, I use a lot of them. Okay, so it's not bad. That one little dot, I kind of kept it right under my eye instead of taking it up to my temples like I normally do with my other concealer, and it doesn't look bad. Now, as y'all know, I don't put much on my nose. Sometimes I will do a swipe of like my regular concealer on my nose if I want my nose to look like matte and not like shiny. So we can do that. But again, basically for me, no makeup goes below my mouth. Like, even to the point where makeup used to just melt and get on my shirt. And I just hated wearing makeup because of that. So I just made an executive decision and was like, you know what? No makeup below my mouth. And that's what I do. But that does kind of like mattify my nose a little bit more. And then we do a layer. Now I can say this method of layering your setting spray with every layer of makeup that you put on or piece that you put on, it does help it like last a lot longer. So I can attest to that. So, you know, I just use the regular e.l.f. What is this? Stay All Night setting spray. It does not help with like I don't know that there's a setting spray that's like an aerosol one that y'all all know the brand. I don't know these brands. That one you can go underwater with. This you're gonna have to reapply if you touch water. It rains or you cry, you will be reapplying your entire face, okay? It just helps things stay in place, but it is not waterproof. Alright, so next up, I usually do my eyebrows. This is like my favorite stuff here is the NYX brow glue. Now I can tell y'all, sometimes I just put this on and then sometimes I will use the NYX brow pencil. I think this is just like an espresso, just to add a little. But for me, y'all, the eyebrows, they barely exist, okay? So to me, I don't see much of a difference when I do anything with my eyebrows, and I'm not a fan of drawing boxes on my face to make it look like I have eyebrows. Some people like that look. I don't, you know, I'm not a fan of it. So a lot of times I consider myself just dragging a crayon through my eyebrows to make them look a little darker, but I'm usually not trying to create this like false crazy boxy eyebrow shape. So yeah, that is how I get somewhat of an eyebrow on my face. So the trick with the eyebrow glue is if you can just spread out what little eyebrows you have, eyebrow hair you have, you can kind of make them look a little thicker than they actually are, but you know, whatever works, whatever works. All right, next up, I am a blush girly. It's like my favorite part of this whole routine. Now, when I'm going to work, this is my favorite. It's like a bronzy looking blush. I think this one is, these labels are so tiny to read. Bronze Bombshell. And then this one is Coral Crush. Now, when it comes to like picking out colors and stuff as far as makeup goes, just kind of know what colors look good on you. Like, I know coral is like my jam when I wear like shirts and stuff like that. It just really looks good on me. So I was like, well, I'll try it. I don't know. And then I just so happened to see this one probably on clearance, knowing me. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to try it. And this is like a really toned down, like really good blush for like darker skin, I feel. So I prefer this one when I'm going to work because it's not as like bright and fun. But this one, if you see me in the Disney parks, y'all, give me extra of this, okay? I'm gonna be blush blindness all day in the Disney parks with this Coral Crush, y'all. It's gonna be, it's all over my face, okay? And I personally do just the little dot method because a little of this goes a long way. So I smile and then I just kind of put a dot on my face, and just for the video purposes. And I actually have used both of these at the same time if I just wanted that look. So, and we'll do 2 dots of each color. And then this is my blush brush. I don't know where I got this brush from, but I loved this angle brush here. So if you have like a fluffy angle brush, I think it's great. Again, I don't know names of things. I could be using a concealer brush as of this brush and a eyeshadow brush as of that brush because I just don't. But this is just my favorite brush to use. And then I just always make sure I smile so that my cheeks are as big as they, you know, are supposed to be. And I make sure I get my cheek and then I take it up. I think I learned that from Jackie. I've learned a little bit from Jackie, but make sure I get my full cheek and then I kind of cross my nose and then I head over here, full cheek, and then I take it up. I used to be so afraid of blush. Like, to me, blush used to be for like white girls. But I'm loving this era where I'm seeing a lot more black women wear blush and have blush blindness because we just be blushing the face up. We're cute and happy and have pink cheeks too, okay? Sometimes I'll kind of do forehead down the bridge of the nose, but this is usually where my blush goes. Oh, y'all heard those bars? Okay. And then we layer. Alright, so after I've applied my liquid blush or cream, no, this is liquid blush, I go in, y'all, let me tell y'all, 1, I don't know how old this is. 2, I don't even know if this is blush, but I like to put what I call like a dry blush on top of my liquid. So I just kind of go in and just put a little of this on. Y'all, this could be a highlighter for all I'm concerned. Like, I don't know. If y'all know in the comments what this is the brand. I don't even know if y'all gonna see because it's like mirrored, but there's the brand, if y'all can see it. And then it just says burnt on the back. All right, so the back of it here, I don't know. There you go, marbled light. Y'all, this might be a highlighter. I have no idea. It works, it goes on my cheeks. So it just works, okay? I've been using it forever, and again, I don't know how old it is. So, there we go. Alright, so for me, next up is I do an actual highlighter. And I just take my finger and I just literally do my nose. Sometimes I'll go up the bridge of it, but just tap the tip of my nose. I used to take a brush and do the like sides, but I didn't like the way that looked. And then my other thing that I do is I have this little brush, which is called the smudger. Who knew? And I get a little product and I do the corners of my eyes. I try not to get too close to my actual like eye, but you know, I just have always liked that look. It looks pretty. I don't know, I think it draws the eye in to your eyes as well, so love that little vibe. Alright y'all, so we are actually almost done. Here we are. It's gonna melt a little bit more together. Alright, so our next step and roughly our last step is we do a little mascara, y'all. This mascara is $4.99 at Ulta and I live by it. It's gonna be the Essence Lash Princess, and I only do this blue one. They have like 20 different color tubes. So don't get overwhelmed if you get in there and try to figure out which one. I just go for the waterproof one. I keep it simple. But this is like a tubular mascara. I did learn that term, where it like wraps itself around your eyelashes. So as y'all can see, y'all can't see probably, but my eyelashes are just as thin as my eyebrows. And your girl can't figure out like false lashes to save her life, okay? I have some stuff coming from TikTok shop that might be my holy grail when it comes to doing false lashes. I am a little hesitant because I don't want no magnets near my eyes, but I think this is just my last resort. I even tried the press-on lashes, y'all. Can't get it. Can't get it. So until then, I'm just gonna keep it with the mascara here. And this mascara does work wonders for me because just one little swipe and y'all can actually see my lashes. So I usually do, depending on how I feel, 1 or 2 coats, but it does wonders. It brings a little lash to life, as y'all can see. You know, none and a little something something. So I'm here for it. Also, another thing about my lashes, they're crazy, okay? I've never been able to curl them. Even as a kid, like I did a lot of like chorus competitions and chorus concerts and stuff for school. And I remember having a little makeup kit for that, and my mom bought me an eyelash curler, and it just never worked for me. Eyelash curlers don't work for me. My eyelashes are just crazy. They do what they want. So I do my best to kind of put them in some sort of place when I'm putting on mascara, but usually, you know, they just do what they want, and I've come to terms that they're just going to do what they want, and I can't make any decisions for them, so it is what it is. Now, I just made, as a beginner, the worst mistake that you can make as a beginner is don't put on mascara before spraying your last spray of setting spray. It can be a hot mess. I'm going to try my best to just do my cheeks. But yeah, just do your last spritz of setting spray before mascara. Note to self and to y'all. Now sometimes I will go in with just a dry brush and blend a little bit up under my eye for my blind blush. But other than that, it's just over the day it melts itself together. Now, I don't usually use this, but I'm going to. It's one of my favorites. Another thing, I don't do eyeliner. I can't get it. Now, one side of this pen is eyeliner. Perfectly good, intact eyeliner, because I don't use it. So the other side is a Mickey stamp that I absolutely love. Y'all, look at that. I don't even know if y'all will be able to see it, but it is a little Mickey stamp. It is what it is, okay? And I usually put it, because I have a beauty mark about right here that gets covered up with blush. So when I'm in them Disney parks, I sometimes put a little, put a little beauty mark back. So that is me putting that back. Sometimes it has like a little ring. Just, just puts a little, there we go. We got a beauty mark that's shaped like Mickey, which is amazing. And this is pretty much my face. Like, I can literally put this on in like 10 minutes. Like, that's a beauty too. Like, some y'all be taking hours to put on a face and bake and contour. I don't have the mindset for it. I don't have the mindset for it. We top off our ashy, crusty lips here with a little Carmex. And I've literally had someone ask me what my lip combo was. And I was like, jeans, girly. Like, I mean, if there are any younger girls watching this video, y'all, you'll get to a point in your life where you're just going to embrace the skin that you're in. Okay, so having a little bit of a darker lip around and pinker in the middle, all you need is Carmex, Bookie, because, gotta do lip liner. We don't have to do all that. I do love this Smashbox gloss. I got this in just a random beauty box I used to subscribe to. So I just drizzle a little of that on top of my Carmex. And boom, we're done. We are done. So again, basic. What was that? I don't even know how many products. Hopefully you guys loved this video. Let me know in the comments. Give me some feedback, because I haven't done like a beauty type video in forever. It's not my realm, because again, it's very basic here. But as always, I love you guys very much. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye!